I am Dr. Jesse John, Assistant Professor, Department of Anatomy, Prithvi Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today we are discussing sciatic nerve. And sciatic nerve is a major nerve of the lower limb, and it is a thick, flat band, 2 centimeter wide, and it is the largest nerve in the body. What will be extent and nerve root will be the L4 to S3. And we are discussing the course of the sciatic nerve. Course of the sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve is derived from the lumbosacral plexus. After its formation, it leaves the pelvis and enters the gluteal region via greater sciatic foramen, and then it emerges inferiorly to the piriformis muscles and descends in an inferolateral direction. As the nerve moves through the gluteal region, it crosses the posterior surface of the superior gemellus and obturator internus, inferior gemellus, and quadratus femoris muscles. Then it enters the posterior thigh by passing deep to the long head of the biceps femoris. Within the posterior thigh, the nerve gives rise to the branches to the hamstring muscles and adductor magnus. When the sciatic nerve reaches the apex of the popliteal fossa, it terminates by bifurcating into the tibial and common fibular nerves. So these are the cores of the sciatic nerve, that was the pelvis and gluteal region, and it was in the thigh. So we can see here the articular branches of the hip joint that arise in gluteal region, and muscular branches, tibial part and common peroneal part. Tibial part supply the hamstring muscle, and common peroneal part supply the short head of the biceps femoris. Now we discuss the motor function of the sciatic nerve. Innervates the muscle of the posterior thigh, that is the biceps femoris semimembranous and semitendinous, and the hamstring portion of the adductor magnus, and indirectly innervates all the muscle of the leg and foot. This is the motor function that is carried by the sciatic nerve. And sensory function, no directly sensory functions is provided. Indirectly innervates the skin of the lateral leg, heel, and both the dorsal and plantar surface of the foot. So this is the motor and sensory function of the sciatic nerve. Now we should discuss what is the relevance of the sciatic nerve. Uh, uh, in the intramuscular injection, we should consider uh, the course of the sciatic nerve, because there is a probability of the damage of the sciatic nerve or injury of the sciatic nerve. So the region is divided into quadrants using two lines that is marked by the bony landmark. One line descends vertically from the highest point on the iliac crest, and other horizontal line passes through the vertical line halfway between the highest point on the iliac crest and axial tuberosity. The sciatic nerve passes through the lower middle quadrant. To avoid damaging the sciatic nerve, therefore, intramuscular injections are given only in the upper lateral quadrant of the gluteal muscles. So this is the most important part uh, of the sciatic nerve. Now, one of the clinical symptom is piriformis syndrome. Piriformis syndrome is the compression of the sciatic nerve by the piriformis muscles, and it is known as the deep gluteal syndrome also. And what will be the clinic picture here? There is the radicular pain, numbness, muscle weakness, and buttock tenderness. And pain can be exacerbated by the internal rotation of the lower limb at the hip. So, pyriform syndrome's treatment can be divided into non-operative and operative procedure. Non-operative will be analgesia, physiotherapy, and corticosteroid injection. And operation means pyriform muscle release also. So these are some clinical symptom and the clinical the significance of the sciatic nerve regarding the intramuscular injection and the pyriform muscle syndrome also. So we will discuss the rest of the chapter of the back of the back of the thigh in another video. Thank you.